Welcome to Radio Fixer's channel. Subscribe for upcoming videos. This is part 6 of restoration of 1938 Montgomery Ward Airline. I highly suggest going back and watch other episodes to this restoration. Enjoy the video. We spend so much time to restore these radios, and sometimes we neglect small parts like screws, nuts, washers. I suggest to use this method. It really works very well. I used this method when I was restoring cars in my paint and body shop years ago. We had a great result and it really works. I'm going to show you a simple process that you can do at home. As you know, I don't recommend to buy any expensive things, unless you want to. As you saw in my videos, I always try to find a way to do it so anybody can do it, just the stuff around the house sometime. And it's going to show you a different method that I used through the years when I was restoring my cars, that we had a great result that will apply to anything we are restoring. It's very hard to do any type of plating like nickel plate, copper plate, because they're so small. As a good example in this radio. So we have one other option that we can use: derust all these nuts and bolts, coat them so the rust doesn't come back, and protect them from the future rust. Let me show you the method that I used, and I had a great result. And I know if you follow this process, it will work for you as well. To remove the rust from all those small nuts and bolts, I got an empty bottle like that. Put some play sand, put all the parts there as you see. I close the top, then I can shake it like that. To share with you majority of things I do, I just find the stuff around the house, to be able to work on the radios. But I'm trying to show you really that you don't need a special tools to get in this hobby. It's just absolutely a rewarding hobby. So I suggest very highly to get started if you haven't. Of course, you can buy equipment, they sell it, I believe they call them tumblers, but I don't use it that often. This system works pretty well. So I shake it like this a little bit for a while, like that. And then when I pull it out, you will see all the rust are coming off. Then after that, I will treat it with this product. All right? I know this removes rust, but I want to get rid of everything, from the parts. So I will show you later why I'm doing all this crazy stuff, all right? You can get a bottle of, vitamins or something like that. What I did, I got the lead, put a hole through it, put in a couple of nuts here to be tied inside, like that. So I can pour everything here. Put the lid, of course, in the top. It's tight. Then I can get my drill. Put this thing on drill like that. All right. Then, of course, I can adjust the speed from here. And you can turn it like that. So you can use this system too. I usually shake like this. This is much easier instead of putting the drill out and all those other stuff. But this is another option you have, all right? I'm going to pour it here. You can use a strainer, of course, if you want to. And they clean them pretty well. See? This one, it came out pretty clean too. This was all rust and paint and everything came out. And this is just by shaking, Alright, let me take all this stuff out. You can have a small strainer to, to use this, but I couldn't find ours. So it might take a little longer time, but who cares, right? This radio is sitting for a long time, so and a few more days, it doesn't matter, does it? Alright, you see they're clean. They're very clean. And again, I shaked it. I didn't even use the drill. Use the drill just to show you that's doable as well. But again, I prefer I shake it right handed. I can control the direction instead of going around and around. So this is clean. Put the stand back here. I'm going to put the top on, of course. Until next time. Hopefully this can help you. Let me bring it closer to you so you can see it. See that? All the rust comes out. So what I'm going to do now I'm going to rinse them with the water to get all the sands out. Then I will treat it in this. Even the rust came out, I like to treat it again. So make sure that everything is fine. Then I will show you what we're going to do next. Alright, everything is being rinsed, dried, and we're going to now focus on coating them so it doesn't rust again. Again, we're doing all this because they're very small part. It's going to be hard to nickel plate or zinc plate or anything like that. I think this is going to be much easier if we follow this process. If you know better way, please let me know. I have no issue to learn. All right. So I'm going to put it inside some type of container. It can be any type of container, even medication container. I'm going to put this inside. Just enough to cover everything, that's all. Alright, that's all. Here it says about 30 minutes if it's not a heavy rust. If it's a heavy rust, they say 12 to 24 hours. But 30 minutes. I'm going to wait about 30 minutes, then I'm going to rinse them. Of course, this is reusable, but I don't pour that inside this container. I keep that in different container, not this one. Alright? Because I don't want to contaminate this, right? And again, this is reusable. You can use it over and over again until the liquid, it gets so dark, then you cannot use it. So let it sit for about 30 minutes or so. Then I'm going to, of course, take them out and rinse them. I'll show you what's next. Alright, I put all of this in the container. This is the product I'm going to use. I'm going to pour a little bit inside here. I'm going to just put a small hole in this. Alright. Just pour a little bit here. Then of course I'm going to shake this so it cover everything. See, immediately as it's headed, it starts changing the colors. Again, the purpose I'm doing this, just want to make sure they don't rust anymore. I'm just coating them so they don't rust. I didn't want to use too much material. I'm going to let it sit for a while. Then I will rinse them. Alright, I let that sit for about 30 minutes or so. It doesn't hurt if you leave it there for a while. Then I take it out, I rinsed it with the water, I dry them. These are all dried. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to soak them in this oil. It's a synthetic motor oil. It can be any oil, but I use synthetic because synthetic it works much better than regular oil. I use synthetic oil because I have a good results on my cars. Even if I don't drive the car for several months or years, it will start with no issues. So that's why I'm going to stay with synthetic motor oil. But again, you can't use any other oil. But if you want something last for a long time, use synthetic. So I'm going to put them back into this container again. I'm going to show you something. After you rinse them, see the color is this color. You see that? When you pour oil over it, it will turn black again. Alright? As long as you cover over it, that is fine. See, like that. So now I'm going to let it sit for a while. At least overnight. If somehow you can heat the oil and let it get hot, that is much better, because the oil going to absorb, into the metal if you can heat it. And if you don't heat it, that's fine too. That will work as well. When I take it out, I will show you. And this is the option 2. I pour all that into the little glass container. I'm heating it up, using this product, mug warmer. And let it sit for a while. As I mentioned earlier in option 1, if you can heat up the oil, it's going to absorb much better into the metal. So it's sitting here for a while. As you see, it is on and it is warm. Just be careful you don't burn your hand. So if you see the oil, how dark it is, you see that? Again, let it sit here, get warm, then you're going to get much better result. You don't need to heat it, but if you heat it, you're going to get, again, much better result. Hopefully all this is going to help you, since we are spending so much time to restore these radios. Majority of time, we don't spend that much time with nuts and bolts, because those are also rust out. Again, as you know, you cannot paint the nuts and bolts because paint will come off. As you have to, use this method, or nickel plated or zinc plated. You have somehow to protect the bolts and nuts and washers, those type of thing. Of course, this is going to last for a long time, doing this process. All right, I'm going to turn this off, let it cool off a little bit, then take it out of this container. Let's put a paper towel here. Let's start taking the part one at a time and put them right here on the paper towel. You see how black it is now? So the oil absorb into the metal, and it's gonna last for a long, long time. As I mentioned, after you soak it in the oil, it's gonna turn totally black. The shine you see, those are fluorescent, right? All right, this is the last one. They're all out. So I'm going to let it sit a little bit. As you see, the paper towel absorb extra oil, so I can now install them on radio. Hopefully all this information is going to help you, and you can totally restore your radios. Let's continue a little bit at a time, but it shall be done, right? All right, what I need to work on next, this cabinet, as you see here, it got damaged in shipping process. As well, the radio knobs, one of them was broken, so I have to duplicate one more for this radio, and also focus on installing a grail cloth in this radio. So stay tuned for upcoming videos. At this time, I want to take the opportunity and thank my subscribers with their uplifting comments. You always encourage me to upload more videos, since this is just a hobby of mine. Again, I appreciate you. Enjoy all these videos, and you all have an awesome day. Take care. If you're interested to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and you will be notified when new video being uploaded. You have a great day.